Welcome to QI, where we're all feeling rather jolly. Here to tickle our ribs are four jolly good fellows, the jovial Rob Brydon, the jocular Tim Vine, the jubilant Julia Zemiro, Jesus, it's Alan Davis. Well, so if anyone wants to go beyond a joke tonight, they'll have to jingle their jangles. And Julia goes...
Oh, it's an animal from my country. That's nice. Or bird. Kookaburra.
It is a kookaburra. Well
Right.
spotted.
Thanks.
Tim goes...
Oh, it's an animal from my country.
And Rob goes...
Oh. It's an animal from the country.
And Alan goes...
Wow.
Fabulous. So, simple question, who's happy?
He's happy in the picture.
Yep.
Yeah.
Old men with young ladies. Oh, old ladies with young men.
I was going to say, they
Why not?
might be gerontophiles.
Me, not me.
Not you, no.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
It's one of the dwarfs.
Oh, that's true, as in the old joke is, yes, 6 out of 7
I can't believe that
dwarfs
hasn't
aren't
flashed.
happy.
They haven't got that on the klaxon?
Well, no, they haven't. This is a happy whose name is Happy, spelled H-A-P-I.
Edwin Starr had a song, H-A-P-P-Y, Radio.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Anyway, continue.
Oh, that's good, it's good. Good information. We love good information, Tim, here, as you know. We have to go back to a previous civilization.
Is it? Oh, no.
Aztec.
Egyptian.
Egyptian is right.
Oh, get stuffed. I can't believe it.
When you get the answer right, you don't have to insult me. You
No, I know.
Just accept your points gracefully.
That picture there is actually the backdrop to a famous game show. I'll name that 2 in 1.
Very good.
What sort of reaction is that?
It's one
What I'm
Tim is
used to,
very used to.
yes. That's what you thinks.
So that is the
It's a
god...
very unusual mind we have on this show.
It is. This is a god called Happy, who was always represented as being faintly pot-bellied and sort of hermaphroditic with breasts. Happy had breasts, though was not considered female, and had a sort of harem of...
Ladies.
Men.
Animals.
No.
Men. Boys.
Castrati.
Frogs.
Frogs?
Yeah.
Frogs, Tim.
Hang on.
There'll be a pun in a minute.
Do you think if the frogs in the harem really started to get it on with each other and one of them whipped out a camcorder, would that be frogs porn?
You're a malign influence.
The worrying thing is I have actually done that joke in the past.
Too late now.
He's the thief of bad gags. The fact is, Happy was the god who was responsible for the flooding of the Nile, which is an annual event that took place in July and was cause of much celebration. If you've ever been up or down the Nile, you will know that it's really just this great carving of green through a desert, which is all made fertile by this river. So it was, the whole civilization was predicated on the flooding of the Nile, and Happy was the god who caused it. So, moving on. What's the jolliest, but frankly most dangerous thing you can buy in a joke shop? Tim?
I went to a joke shop. I said, what are you actually selling here? He said, nothing, we're not a real shop.
Anyway, I've got some jokes here that give you an example. Here we are. And almost all of these were invented by one man who could be regarded as the father of the joke shop. Have some nuts, Tim. What happens when you open the nuts?
Oh, no.
I'm guessing I
You're
could aim
guessing.
this at Rob.
Yeah.
Hours of laughter.
That reminds me of last Saturday evening.
It's a man called Sorensen Adams. He started life working for a coal tar derivative company, and coal tar derivatives have many uses, one of which was for a dye, and the particular dye that came from coal tar had the bizarre side effect of making people sneeze. So the company managed to isolate the ingredient that made people sneeze and took it out. And he happened to be passing and he saw these great barrels of the stuff that made people sneeze. He thought, I'll have those. So he founded the Ka-Choo sneezing powder company. And it was a huge, huge success. He sold $15,000 worth of Ka-Choo just in the first year, which was a vast sum in 1910, which is around the time we are. But 25 years later, it was banned by the FDA for being toxic. Oh. But he had, meantime...
After several deaths.
Yes. Meantime, he'd invented the squirting lapel flower.
Oh.
I mean, that would fool anybody, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
There you go. And as a little ring.
Oh, I used to have one of those.
Does it?
Yeah.
Highly amusing. Help yourself to a dog turd. Whoops, there we are. They're different from the old ones. Used to be hard and plastic. That's squidgy.
You're
It's
touching
really
them.
quite unpleasant. That is horrible, isn't it? No! Even if that isn't a dog turd, that's a horrible thing to do. Oh, my God.
If you swallow that...
If I swallow it, it's going to come out the other end. What is it then?
Then it will be
Fake or not?
a real false turd.
Actually, Alan, I'm just getting a message. There's been a bit of a mix-up, apparently.
This is a real one.
And here's a you can cut your finger off. Oh, you try this pen. Try writing something with the pen.
Oh, this is going to be hilarious.
Oh dear. I'm really sorry, because that is quite a severe electric shock. It's not.
Take your word for it.
It's not insignificant, that one. That is barely a joke.
It's not funny at all, Stephen.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'll give it back to you.
That really hurt.
A bendy pencil.
I don't want the bendy pencil.
A joy buzzer. He sold 3 million of these during the
Will you shake hands with someone?
During the
One of those?
Depression, that's right. You put the sort of ring on your finger so it looks sort of normal.
Can you
and then,
buzz me?
Yeah, you want to shake hands like that. It doesn't give you
It's a bit of a
shock.
letdown after this thing.
But he passed on... I say he passed on this, I don't mean... he thought this was too vulgar to sell. The standard whoopee cushion, you might want to blow that up. Yeah.
It's not Soren Lorentzen, who's the imaginary friend in the Charlie and Lola book.
No, it's not. Sorensen Adams. It's quite difficult
Is this a joke whoopee cushion you can't blow up?
It is difficult to get the sphincter open, isn't it? Whoa! Ah, there we go, that's right. And maybe while Alan isn't looking... Alan, lean over here for a second. That's it. That's it. Take the false egg, which is hilarious. Possibly the least convincing whoopee cushion noise I've ever heard.
Silent but deadly.
It's strangely realistic.
Yeah.
I've just smothered it completely.
Well, Alan's wearing a whoopee cushion silencer on his jeans.
Very sensible.
The best one is the remote control fart.
Yeah, that is...
Have you got one of those?
I have, of course I have.
Have you got one?
How does it
Anyone got
work?
one of those? You've got to get one of those.
They are marvellous.
You just... Christmas...
Buried under the cushion near your arms or something.
It's funny even if you just put it under your dog's basket, because the dog... the
But
dog goes...
I can take a picture, Alan, smile.
No, God, what's going to happen now?
Oh, it's basically water. Anyway, we can probably put away our little tray of fun toys, having electrocuted Alan, which was the purpose of the evening. Maybe you could pass
How'd
me
you
your...
blow it up, then?
Could you pass me your turd? Whoa! That's... I think if you over... Maybe. Have a go. That's...
One of these has never had a round of applause from 600 people.
I read somewhere that this was the intellectual quiz show, and you can see why. Now, one of the things I want to prepare you for is to see if you can, during the course of today's lesson, prepare in any spare moments you have a limerick for me. You know what a limerick is?
Yes.
aside from being a county in Ireland.
Town.
Yes.
There was an
in
old
town.
man from Limerick who was completely unaware of the short, often humorous poems that shared the same name as his hometown.
Very, very good. Anyway, so you'll be ready for that. But we've got a quickie for you. What happens if you put someone's hand in a bowl of water while they're sleeping?
They have a little whittle, don't they?
Oh, no, you don't have a little...
They don't?
No, it's a total myth. Total myth, perpetuated by school children and others. All kinds of experiments been done. That splendid programme, Mythbusters, tried it. 0 wetting ensued. There's no reason why it should happen.
It must have happened once.
Well, by
By
coincidence, possibly, and that coincidence was assumed to be causal, and from that moment on, the myth was born. You can try it at home, I recommend, with your spouses and
A
children.
bit like the one where if you wet yourself while you're driving, you crash the car.
I would
That
frankly...
what happened to everyone?
If I crashed a car, I think I would wet myself. It's the other way around, you see.
See, that's what's interesting about the experiment.
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
What about when you fall asleep and you wake up and you've had half your eyebrow shaved off?
Then you have bad friends.
I do have hideous friends. Yeah, because that's the other thing that can happen.
Yeah.
It's all right. I'm over it. It's
You
fine.
have your eyebrows shaved off.
Yeah, you know. Obviously,
I
no
so
one...
don't.
Yeah, you fall asleep and someone goes, oh, this will be even funnier. Put your hand in a bottle of thing and then vroom, vroom, you wake up and you look hideous.
That's just vile.
I'm Australian.
Anyway, Sorensen didn't sell whoopee cushions because he didn't think flatulence was amusing. So, what is the most amusing thing to come out of a sewage plant? Look at that.
Oh, that's really
disturbing.
very
isn't it?
unpleasant.
And there are people in the background there bobbing along.
Is that in the UK?
Oh, that's the ocean.
That's actually in Ghana.
In Ghana.
Ghana, so...
Poo jokes. Is
Poo
that the
jokes.
funniest thing to come out of a sewerage?
Crap jokes.
Crap jokes, yeah, really crap jokes.
Thank you. Good on
Yeah.
you. Yeah.
There is something that really does actually cause laughter that comes out. It comes
Comes out. Oh, okay, I know.
Yeah,
I know. It's a type of gas, then, isn't it?
Yes.
It's to do with... It's the same gas. I've got it, Julia. It's the same gas, like what they might call a laughing gas.
Yes.
But here, rather than being in canisters in a dentist's room, perhaps,
Yeah.
or in another medical establishment,
Yeah.
perhaps here it's coming out as a natural byproduct of the faeces, the waste, the fecal matter
Yeah.
that's gushing forth in a liquidized form. So
Absolutely
that's
right.
what it is.
It is.
I love it.
Yep.
Is it nitrous oxide?
Nitrous oxide is the... I wouldn't hold us even there. I'll accept that Rob did the work and you...
No, but I got the answer right.
Stephen, can I just say this? It's called nitrous oxide.
Yeah.
Nitrous oxide.
Yeah.
Sulfuric acid.
Yes. It's a very important greenhouse gas, N2O, nitrous oxide. In fact, it's 300 times more potent as a greenhouse gas than CO2. Its most significant man-made source is sewage treatment plants alongside agricultural waste and nitrogen fertilizers. It's also pumped into bags of crisps. Why would it be pumped into bags of crisps?
They're all crisp baggers are filled with gas, aren't they, to keep them fresh?
Exactly, it's to expel the oxygen.
They also pump it with gas so that you think you're getting more chips than you actually are.
Yeah,
And you go,
it's
oh, it's
full
only
bag.
a third full,
Yes, I know.
ripped off.
It's almost as if they want to make a profit out of you. It's
Almost.
really annoying. Yes, it was first used as a dental anaesthetic. I'll give you 10 points if you're 10 years either way right.
I don't know
What
when it
year?
was, but I
What
did
year?
have a general anaesthetic quite recently, which I think is
Interesting.
interesting.
Yeah.
And it was the same one that killed Michael Jackson.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
That's really... I mean, good that you survived. Yeah.
Propofol.
Yeah, that was that
That's
one.
what it
yes.
was.
But
It was
that's
propofol.
well
And
done.
I was
good on
lying
drugs.
there and I said, is this the thing?
It is an absolutely gorgeous
It's a
feeling, isn't it?
remarkable sensation, isn't
God.
it? Yeah. It goes in through your hand.
That's right, the back there.
And then the feel, I don't know, people have had it recently, but, I mean, if he was using this to get to sleep,
Oh,
he was in a
I
bad
know,
way.
he
Because
really
it goes right, it goes zoom, and you can feel it. But your head stays very, you know, awake.
Alert.
And I said to the anaesthetist, I said, wow, I said, my arms and my legs, they're like weights. They were being pulled into the bed. I said, but my head is completely
It's